Most businesses are born out of passion, and Mogo Amboi's story of what informed his dog breeding enterprise is no different. It is always prudent to start small so as to learn the ropes along the way before expanding the venture so as to enjoy the economies of scale.
The journey dates back when I was a young boy. You know, when you're hunting in the village and you don't have a dog, you are regarded as a lower class citizen. So when growing up, I had this passion of rearing dogs. So back in 2012, that's when actually I bought my first puppy, a German Shepherd. It was around 4 months, and I built a small cage. It was like a chicken cage, a chicken cage. That's how it started, and it has grown from one dog. Now I think you've seen I have close to 18 dogs. Yes. How it becomes very cheap for someone is when you start small. You start with just one puppy, say for 20,000, or if you have a friendly guy who can even sell to you for 5,000 or 10,000. Just start with one puppy, a female puppy. So by so doing, now you can start pole pole. So you start with that one puppy, a female puppy. It gives you several puppies. So you're able to say, if you get say 10 puppies, you sell them.
How and what to feed these furry creatures is critical for their overall health and productivity in their lifetime. Nutritious, well-balanced food and clean water forms the basis of their daily diet to ensure that puppies and dogs are fit and healthy.
A puppy, when it's around 2 months, so it breastfeeds for the first 2 months exclusively, and then now you start introducing light meals, like meals that resemble porridge, but they must be heavy in protein, because that's when the puppy is now building the structure. So you need to feed it on a lot of protein at that early age, from the age of 2 months, or now going to 3 months. So now when it goes through 3 months, it should not breastfeed anymore. So that the mother can also gain its strength back. So this puppy will, at the age of 3 months, you just give it a lot of protein, and of course balanced diet, but heavy on protein. The idea of having it balanced, because they are playful lot, so they need a lot of energy. But the idea behind the proteins is to build the structure. And this puppy should grow up to around 6 months. From 6 months, you start doing basic training, so that now at least the dog can behave around your home. Just basic training on commands, how to eat. You show how to eat with manners, where to poop, because so it doesn't poop just anywhere, and even how to respond to people. You introduce even the people around the homestead, and then you eat until it gets around 18 months. That's when now you can think of either breeding it or making getting more puppies from this mother. It makes sure it has food always, because that's when it's building its structure. But then, when now it gets to maturity from around 6 months onwards, you now reduce the meals to once a day. So it's upon you to see about your schedules. Like myself, because maybe during the day I'm quite busy, so I'll feed them in the evening. That's when I feed them. I feed them once. So what I usually do, I prepare the meals. I boil say chicken heads or pieces of meat, bones and all that. I boil them with broken rice. So and then I'll give the dogs food, and when it's very cold, when it's quite cold, dogs have very sensitive mouths. It's like that of a baby. So if you give a dog hot food, to just to get injured. So you usually give them cold food, and I feed them once a day. So you can choose, you can give them in the evening or in the morning. But mostly mine I feed them in the evening. That's when I have time with them. I'll spend time with them. I'll observe their behavior when they are feeding. I'll check how they are. But about water, dogs need water always. So when I'm locking them in the morning, because they'll always be outside through the whole night, I give them water in the morning, and the water will stay in the cage until evening. And even at night, when they are roaming around the compound, there are several drinking points in the compound. so they are able to, because dogs, because of their playful nature, they need a lot of water.
After feeding the puppy well, it is now able to get into puberty and then mature so that it can be served and give more puppies. Breeding early has its fair share of complications.
We'll just breed a dog which is 6 months. The reason why you wait until it gets to around 18 months, because it will have fully grown. A dog, when it's around, from around 6 months to say 9 months or 10 months, that's a teenager. That's a teenage dog. So you don't want a teenage pregnancy in your with your dog. So you at least gets to maturity. Maturity starts from around 18 months. That's why I'm specific on 18 months. Then you will. Every dog has where its kennel or a cage. Now, where it sleeps every morning, or when you're releasing them to go play, you check where it sleeps. Where it lies, you will find spots of blood. If you find spots of blood, that's the first sign that the dog is on heat. Then, after you spot the first drops of blood from its vulva or where it sleeps, now you give it around 6 to 8 days, and now you can take it to a male for mating. Yes. So actually, and if you physically check its vulva, it's usually swollen, and so because if you just take it to a male when it's like 2 or 3 days into the spotting, it won't mate. Actually, the female will be resistant. But when it's around 6 to 8 days to 12 days, it's usually ready. It actually itself that it wants even to mount the male. It's actually very ready. If you take it to a male, it should take at least a week. Let's just say that male for a week. The more you increase chances of getting more puppies, the more number of times that it's mated. So it's mounted. So every time it's mounted, you have like say 3 to 4 puppies. So if you want to increase chances of having more puppies, let it be mounted several other times. So at least 4 times you are assured of at least 9 puppies. Yes. From experience, I've had 13 puppies. I had a bobel here which had 13 puppies. It's the shepherd that you've just seen. It has always given me 12 puppies. The least I've gotten was around 6 puppies. Yes.
Pests and diseases on your dogs are detrimental to their overall growth and health. Right from a young age, it is critical to adopt a vaccination schedule as well as deworming to safeguard their health. Parvovirus and rabies are fatal.
There's this myth that always goes around that see, my puppy died because it swallowed its teeth and all that. Actually, that is an indication of a virus. It's called a parvovirus. So there's a parvovirus vaccine that you give your puppies from birth. You count at least 5 weeks. You vaccinate it with the parvovirus, and then after that you give it another at least say 3 months. You can give it a booster. You give it a booster of the parvovirus, and then from there it's until 6 months where you give a rabies jab, and then from there you give them a rabies jab after every 1 year. When it comes to deworming, the puppies, you're supposed to deworm them after 3 weeks. After every 3 weeks, you deworm them, and then you do it monthly for puppies, and then for adult dogs you also do it after every say 2 months, at least 2 months. But you can do it. But for mine, I'm always doing it monthly, so that I can show that the dogs are healthy. Yeah. So one of the signs of a dog that has not been vaccinated properly is like for puppies, they'll always die. They rarely survive parvovirus. They will not survive. So they will die most of the time. If they survive at that young age, when they are the teeth are coming out, they'll get fever, get feverish, and that's what kills the puppies. because now parvovirus is opportunistic at that point when this dog is when teeth are coming out, but the teeth will never kill a dog. Yes. And about the the grooming, you know, the grooming is closely related to the medication part, because they have these small ticks. They are small red ticks, mites. So when you keep cleaning them properly, the dog will really get this skin disease called mange and any other associated diseases from those ticks.
To raise good quality puppies, pedigree parents are a must. Include ingredient in these recipes was to get some high quality puppies that can fetch a premium.
There are several kennel clubs in Nairobi and in Karen. So before, if I want to buy a pure breed, that's why I go source them from. So at least there's several kennel clubs. So they have the genealogy of the dogs. So you are able to tell that indeed this puppy is pure. Yes. And if it's just this normal dogs which don't need a lot of attention, like shepherds I can source them locally from friends. But what I make sure I do, the person that I source from, at least I'm able to see the parents of the puppy, and also I see their vaccination record, and so I'm able to tell how the parents are. So at least I can tell that this puppy is legit. For a puppy, there are several prices, but then it depends. Is it a registered puppy? A registered puppy is registered with the kennel clubs. I'm sure you know them. I don't need to mention them. You know, there are several kennel clubs. So if it's a registered puppy with a certain kennel club, that a puppy is very expensive. Like a shepherd puppy, you can get it even for 100,000. That's a registered puppy. But this normal puppy, if I'm just bred it here, it has just normal records. It is not registered with a kennel club. That puppy can go between 20 and 30,000. That's a puppy for a German Shepherd. Of course, the other dogs they're quite expensive, like a bobel. A bobel puppy will range from 40,000 to maybe 50,000. For an Ovchaka Shepherd, they call them the Russian Mountains. Their puppies are quite expensive, whether registered or otherwise. They range from say 100,000, 150,000. They are quite expensive.